Good morning, adventurers.
Good morning.
From our lovely cave hotel here in the town of Göreme in the Cappadocia region.
So one thing you guys might know about this region is that it has these amazing rock structures known as fairy chimneys, I believe.
It's the best name ever.
Yeah, they're so cool, but they're everywhere, and that's what a lot of these cave hotels are built into. So I guess people have been living here for thousands of years, and they've carved their homes down there. They're underground cities here and everything.
Yeah. There are a lot of cave hotels that are like the one that we're staying in here, but it's not necessarily built into the rock or anything like that. They just kind of build it in like a cave style, I guess.
Yeah. I think some parts of it go into the rock structures,
Yeah.
and some of the rooms we saw were legitimately inside the caves.
And it's also just decorated really well. It's got all this rustic vines growing all over the place and old furniture.
And cats. There are cats
So many
everywhere,
cats.
you guys. I'm surprised we're actually not seeing any right now. There's usually about 5 cats sitting on the tables outside. They're so cute. They usually don't let us pet them, but they're
Yeah.
adorable to watch.
We're gonna find some before the day's over.
Yes, it's a mission of ours.
Our plan today is to try some Turkish coffee, as well as some Turkish tea. Tea is
Yeah.
insanely huge here, as well as coffee.
Yeah, I read it's the #1 beverage after water.
We've never actually tried any Turkish coffee or tea, so that's going to be super exciting to give that
Yeah.
a try. We're also going to need some food because we haven't eaten breakfast.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. It's all going to be so delicious.
So we came to a place called Cafe Shafak, which is just down the road from where we're staying. And we ordered some Turkish crepes that we're going to try, but we also have our Turkish coffee, and it looks very intimidating, I'm not going to lie. Turkish coffee isn't really a type of coffee, it's more like the process and how they make it. So from what I understand, it's basically they grind up all the beans to like a powder and mix it with the water, and then they heat it up and then pour it directly into the cup. So that means this thing is full of coffee grounds. So when I'm done with this, there should be some coffee grounds kind of caked to the bottom of it. We also read that one sign that it's done well is when it has this kind of foamy, frothy stuff on the top. I ordered mine strong, which means there is no sugar in this little bad boy. Now, I don't usually drink straight coffee like this. I usually drink like a cappuccino or a latte, so it's a bit diluted with the milk. So I think this is gonna knock me on my butt, probably.
Good thing we got some food coming.
Yeah, but I wanted to try the strong stuff to see what it's really like. All right, I'm intimidated by it. It's
I know,
also
so-
very hot.
So small, so hot, so the smell is so strong too.
Oh yeah, it smells very strong. All right, down the hatch. Ooh, wow, that's different. The flavor is great. It's got like a creaminess. It's not an insanely strong, bitter coffee flavor. But what was really interesting is that the foam, you can kind of taste or feel the coffee powder in the foam. You can kind of crunch it in your teeth.
Aha.
Our crepes have arrived.
Wow, beautiful crest.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. What's your name?
Eric,
Eric.
Yeah.
Cheese is Spanish for Eric.
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Our crepes have arrived, which we're going to dig into those in just a minute. But I also wanted to show you guys, they usually serve the coffee with water, which is very nice because you can kind of wash out the aftertaste of the coffee. But what I was saying though is that you can feel the layer of the powdery grounds on the top of the coffee. Oh yeah, it's thick. It's really nice though. The flavor is actually excellent.
So I wasn't quite as daring as Eric. I got mine medium sweet. So apparently you can do 3 different strengths. You can do strong with no sugar whatsoever. You can do medium with 1 sugar cube, or you can do sweet with 2 sugar cubes. I'm notorious for not being able to handle espresso or anything very well, so I figured medium is probably good for me to start out with. Oh god, it smells so strong though, but I'm really excited for it. I've heard about this, I feel like, all my life, and never did I think I would be here in Turkey trying it, so this is really cool. Whoa. Okay, well, I I don't know what I was expecting, but I'm super glad I went with the medium sweetness because it definitely cuts it a bit. They did give us some little candies that you can have afterwards to like, I guess refresh your palate, but oh, that is really good though. It's not like overpowering and the taste isn't super bitter afterwards or anything. And maybe it's because also mine has the sugar in it, but it's more than a drink. It's almost like a meal or something. It's so thick and hearty. And I imagine this is gonna wake us up. So you're consuming a lot less, but it's probably doing a lot more for you.
I'm pleasantly surprised by the taste of this coffee.
Yeah.
It is actually delicious. I did not think I was gonna like it, but it's very, very tasty.
I'm loving it. I went with the house special. So I think it said had potatoes, onion, mint, and some special sauce. And I think maybe some cheese. Otherwise, maybe it's just the potatoes all smushed in there. But it looks like it's actually in some sort of flatbread that's been folded over and then cut up into pieces with a little baby salad on the side. All right, I'm so excited. Oh, baby. Ooh, that's good. It is just the potatoes in there. I don't think there's any cheese, but the onions are really subtle, and then the mint gives it a nice little pop of flavor. That is awesome. It's almost like minty mashed potatoes in flatbread, and it's like buttery and salty and delicious.
We might not be doing this right, but the coffee started to get a little bit kind of watery, so I spun it just a little bit, and the grounds all kicked up from the bottom, and now it's like a real thick coffee ground soup in there.
No, I, however, did not do that, and now I just have like a good inch of grounds on the bottom. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so maybe we did it wrong, but
I don't know.
we tried.
When you get to this point, are you supposed to drink them, or were you supposed to be shaking it the whole time to get more of the grounds up there? We're not really sure. Let us know so we can perfect our coffee drinking. Coffee, success, the crepes were delicious, but now we have to try the tea.
So most of the tea in Turkey comes from a specific province. I think it's pronounced Rize province, but it's kind of northeast. We also learned that they actually leave this little spot here so you can grab it with your thumb and index finger without burning yourself. So they don't really put any kind of sweetener in the tea. So I think it's just going to be some straight tea leaves. It is pretty much the perfect temperature, but I would not be able to hold it for very long down here. So I'm glad this little lip is here. It's really just, there's no sweetener in it. You just get the taste of the tea leaf. It's very simple. But surprisingly very flavorful considering there's no sugar in it.
Oh, I'm so happy they have this little lip on here. This little glass is so hot. But so we mentioned earlier that tea is the most popular drink here aside from water, but it's also drank more here in Turkey than anywhere else in the world, apparently. Like, it's the #1 country for consuming tea, which is, it sounds pretty accurate because we haven't been to a place yet where people weren't consuming like glasses upon glasses of tea.
Yeah.
Oh yes, delicious, delicious tea. Sir, please, my spoon is on top of my tea glass, which we conveniently learned means I am done and would like no more.
Which is probably a good call because we've had way too much tea and coffee at this point.
Yeah, we had that coffee, and then I think we've each had like at least 3 glasses of tea. There's still more in that pot, but we cannot do it. Coffee, that's why you get out of bed in the morning, not the balloons. That's true for us, although tomorrow we will be getting out of bed for the balloons and coffee.
Yeah, I guess we forgot to mention that this whole area is known for the balloon rides. So anytime you see those photos where it's like this epic deserty landscape with all these hot air balloons all over the place, this is where they take a lot of those photos.
Yep, and that's going to be us tomorrow.
We are doing it, but that means we have to wake up at like 4 a.m. It's going to be freezing because it's been a little nippy out here.
It's literally, the low tonight is 32.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck.
As you explore the city, you can see a bunch of these rock formations that are all kind of dilapidated. Some of them are being renovated. Some of them are like this, where it looks like it's only hanging on by that one little sliver right there. It actually says right there, watch out, rock pieces can fall. I don't doubt it.
It's so neat that most of this space is just kind of open for you to explore. Like, I wouldn't recommend going inside of these, but you can get really close and admire them. It's very awesome.
We really want to get a photo at one of these rug stores. So apparently rugs are huge here, so there are shops selling rugs all over the town, but this one just looks insane with like the wall of rugs. If you're not really going to buy anything, you can't really just go in there and take pictures of everything. So we figured we're going to go in and just try to give them like a 20 lira or something and see if they'll let us do it.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the shops have something like that set up, like no photos unless you tip us. So
yeah,
I think
let's give it a
work.
try. We are in. We managed to get, I think, a pretty good shot against this wall of rugs. This place is insane, isn't it?
But amazing. I think this is the exact place we see in a lot of Instagram photos.
Yeah, we just kind of stumbled by it.
It's literally like next door to where we're staying, and we just walked in. We're like, oh my gosh, this is the spot. So we knew we had to get a photo in here.
It's very cool.
It's beautiful. They gave us some warm tea, so even more tea today is perfect.
There's some other people here taking photos. The owner has a drone, and I think he's gonna pop it up and get some shots of us.
I feel like it's gonna be like wedding photos or something like that. It's very dramatic.
Yeah. We had no idea, but this rug store goes on forever. There are so many rooms just like this. It's very cavernous, and it's just wall-to-floor rugs. Like, check this out. This is one of the coolest places I've ever been in.
This is very cool. And they've got a heater in here. It's so warm. My goodness. And we really lucked out because apparently they shut down for the winter. So they're open for one more week, and then they won't be open again until I think March of next year. So perfect timing. We couldn't have had a better experience. This was all amazing and bananas.
Yeah, and the acoustics in here are crazy. I feel like my voice is so loud and boomy. There's like no echo at all. It's very cool.
Yeah.
I want to record something
I know,
in here.
we should like play a little folk show.
We're gonna head back to our cave hotel. We figured we want to give you guys a look around because we didn't really get to show it off in the video we made when we got here. We got a bottle of wine.
Oh yeah, so this region is actually known for making their own wine. This guy is the cheapest one. Also a twist off tub,
Yes.
so we don't have a wine opener. In the store, it's 20 lira. I think the cheapest we've seen in a restaurant for a bottle is like 45 or 50.
Yeah, so you get a much better deal by drinking at home.
Store. Yeah.
So this is kind of the courtyard that you guys saw this morning. It's very cool. It looks pretty nice at night. And then in here,
I think there's a light over there if you want
it's
to.
very dark. Where? Here? Haha! So this is the entryway to our cave room.
Welcome to our cave hotel. Oh my god, it's so warm in here.
Yeah, it is quite warm.
Oh.
This is the main room. We have ample closet space over here where we've stuffed all of our junk so it's not all over the place. And then of course the bed here, they make this every day, which is great. And super classy seating area. We were thinking about maybe getting a photo over here or something, but there are so many spots like this at this cave hotel. And then we've got some windows that lead right out to that courtyard. Nice little decor, a bunch of stuff kind of hanging up on the walls. Very cool. And then we have the bathroom. This is also very cave-like. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire place. There's this bathroom area here with the shower over there. And then of course the main room. And that's our cave.
Yeah.
And we have, this one has the archway ceiling.
We've kind of peeked into other rooms. Some of them have like cool wooden ceilings. Some are like smaller. Some are huge.
So these are the only real cups that they give us, these little paper guys. So those are going to be our wine cups for the night.
We're very classy. They also will double as our nighttime teacups in a bit, I'm sure.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah.
So this is just a little teaser into some of the things that we're going to be doing during our couple weeks that we're going to be spending in Turkey. The tea and the coffee were super high up on our bucket list, but there's a bunch of other things on our Turkey bucket list that we're going to be trying as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We just got an email. We're being picked up at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow for hot
so
air
stay tuned
balloon
for that
ride.
video. It's going to be fun, but we might be miserable during the whole thing.
Oh, man. But now that we know Turkish coffee is delicious, it will be fine. We'll just drink a bunch of that.
Do the balloon and then go hit the coffee immediately.
Perfect. All right. Good night, adventurers.
We'll see you in the skies tomorrow. What?